All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the program Spot On. My name is Jacquelyne Adebija, and today we're looking at Nigeria 2027 in view. That Invicta, talking about Ango Bali, is unavoidably absent, but we'll try to do the best that we can this evening. Now, I don't know if there's any other topic that is as topical right now in Nigeria as much as what is going on in the political sphere. Maybe a close second would be the economic hardship, talking about how much a liter of petrol or fuel is going for at the moment. But today we'll be keeping our focus on our country, on the political terrain, on what is going on, so that we better understand what we are seeing. Almost, if not all, political gladiators in Nigeria are in the ring this time around. And there have been all sorts of moves and counter moves. Is it in the interest of the common man? That remains to be seen. Shenanigans, for us to get a different perspective or even a clearer perspective of all going on, I have with me today, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce Honorable Solomon Nuhu KATUKA. Honorable Solomon KATUKA is a dynamic Nigerian politician, political analyst. He's a businessman and philanthropist known for his resilience and grassroots impact. He is a committed member of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. He contested the the Makia constituency seat in the Kaduna State House of Assembly in both 2019 and 2023 general elections. And then for concerns over the outcome, he pursued justice through the election tribunal and successfully secured the annulment of the initial result, leading to a rerun election. Now, beyond politics, Honorable KATUKA is a founder of Men Global Concepts Limited and Richgate Computer Test Center, where he serves as the Chief Executive Officer. Honorable, good evening and thank you so much for joining us this evening. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you for making out time. Good evening and welcome. It's great. Right. Thank you so much, Honorable, for being here. Now, I'm just going to jump into our discussions this evening because time is normally not on our side once we start talking. And I think I would want to start with the current, today the ADC, talking about the African Democratic Congress. They held a press conference where they said, well, they're going to be going on with their activities regardless of INEC's position on the leadership of their party. And they're saying, regardless of where INEC stands on this, they're going to go ahead because ideally their Congress should be coming up on the 14th of April. I think that was what they had on their calendar. Now, seasoned politician and a political analyst at that, I want to start by asking you, is this a smart move? Do you think it is a smart move?
Well, good evening, listeners. To be honest with you, my sister, I think if there's anything the ADC has done, I think they have taken the best decision.
To go ahead without to even be there.
Yeah. The court has spoken about this. The court has said clearly there are requirements you need to do. You need to meet up for your congresses to be legally binded, and those requirements. What you need to do is to inform INEC officially 21 days before the days of those congresses. So long they have done that, they are within the law. And they are and it's very perfect. So whether INEC goes there for monitoring or they don't go, the court has spoken about it. They've given them that right as a political party all what you need to do is to notify INEC that you are going to do your congresses at so date, so time and venue. Once you do that, you have complied with the law. And so long you are within your on the side of the law, that is all. So they are.
You do not think the absence of INEC, even in as a monarch, would invalidate whatever they do?
Well, we are in a democratic nation. We're a democratic nation, and so long we're in democracy, that means laws matters. And if laws matters, whatever the court says also matters. The court owes the responsibility of interpreting our constitution and our laws, and so long as we are concerned in politics, in political party administration, in political party congresses, the law has spoken and you cannot change it. The law, the appeal court clearly states, so long you meet up the threshold of requirements of 21 days informing the INEC. If they choose to come, fine. If they don't choose to come, fine. The mandatory aspect of it is that information, informing INEC, writing them officially that your congresses will be held on the 21st of this at so venue at the ward offices or at the state secretariat or at so hotel. Once you meet that mandatory requirement, you're good to go.
Okay, so we'll see how this turns out. I'll come back to the things that they talked about, top of which is the change of leadership of INEC. The ADC believes that it's been compromised. But before we talk about that, let me quickly come back home, which is the PDP.
Yes.
You have been a committed member of PDP. You've been with PDP for beginning, frankly, and you have done quite a lot with the PDP. What are your general thoughts about where the PDP is today as a member?
Well, let me be honest with you. As a member, I am not entirely okay. I can't say I'm happy with what is happening in PDP, to be honest with you. Not because of anything, but because I know yesterday they held a press conference. Trachea faction said over 4.2 million people have registered. That tells you people still believe in PDP. So I'm not happy because those people who believe in PDP, who have gone ahead to register despite what is happening and what is happening to PDP, I weep for them and I'm not happy. That is one of the major things I'm not happy, because not just Solomon KATUKA, who is a politician, not just Solomon KATUKA, who believes in PDP, who has been in PDP, who is PDP, my blood, if you tell my blood, you will see PDP there. But there are people who maybe are not politicians, felt they want to ascribe to the principles of PDP, who have registered to be members of PDP. So today I weep because of those people who have given confidence, who still have confidence in PDP and what is happening to PDP. So honestly, as a person, as a member of PDP, I'm not happy. I'm not entirely okay, but is there hope? Yes, there's hope.
Really?
There's hope. I believe there's hope, and I still want to encourage those people who have registered to be steadfast, to still believe that PDP will come out of this, because we have passed through this route before.
Have you?
Out of it, yes. During Makarfi and Modu Sharif, we had these issues, and at the end of it, we were able to come out clean. And
did he get that?
Yeah.
With
yes, we've had 2 general elections which was conducted, and to the best of my knowledge, we won, but they declare otherwise, which I don't want to, because it is a public. I wouldn't want to. You must the court, because the court have spoken about it.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to go into that. But everybody knows the perception. Everybody knows what PDP did well in those elections, and so far so good. So I'm not happy, but just have said there's hope. That is the message I have for many PDP members there's hope.
Honorable, can I ask for your opinion on why and how the person of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, I'm talking about Nyesom Wike,
yes.
How did he become so let me use the word powerful, to the point where even the leadership of PDP have been unable to either reprimand him or even ask him to leave. Where did PDP get it wrong concerning Nyesom Wike? I think it would help enough to hear your perspective as per what there are many people who are saying this man should have been given uh, either a warning, a slap on the wrist, desist or leave. Or he didn't do anything. It seemed as if it was powerless. And there are a lot of people who are still asking why. Why has the PDP been unable to reprimand, let me say it's child, because I mean, it should be party or individual. But with all that has gone on, has been individual over party. So PDP get it wrong.
Well, it's a combination of so many factors. But the summary of it all is weak leadership. We never had leaders that who believe they are leaders and they need to do what they need to do. Because leadership requires you being tough sometimes, being pampered your boy, your members. Sometimes you also need to hold the carrot and the stick. So basically, weak leadership. We never had leaders who were able to rise up to the occasion to tell the FCT minister what you're doing is wrong. I think that is one of the basic things.
Was it weakness, honorable, or money?
Yeah,
was it weakness or money? And if it's money, then me as a lay person, a lay Nigerian, it would be shocking that at that time PDP had been in power, because we're looking at 2025. 15, right?
Yes.
Now PDP had been in power since 1999, and since 2015, at a time people thought that the PDP was the problem of Nigeria.
Yes.
Too much money had been looted, too many juggernauts made in a very to the average Nigerian. I'm shocked to hear that for PDP and the running of its machinery, money was the problem. I really want to know, when you say weakness, was it a financial weakness or something else?
Well, let me just educate our listeners. When we say weak leadership, there are attributes of a leader. There are attributes that is required a leader to have to be able to perform. One, you must be consistent. Two, you must have integrity. Three, there are other attributes you need to have to be a good leader, to be able to lead your people. Consistency is key. You must have that integrity. You must have that vision. You must have. So, do we have leaders who had vision for PDP? Based on what we are today, I will tell you no. Do we have leaders who had integrity for PDP? When I say leaders, I'm talking about people that had the opportunity to serve in National Working Committee, who were given the mandate of running the affairs of the party at the national level, because Wike is a NEC member, so a state cannot do anything except the NEC members, which is chaired by the national chairman and the National Working Committee. They had the powers to manage PDP. So, do they have that integrity based on what is happening today? I will tell them they never had integrity, never had intention. That is where the issue of love for money comes in, because to the best of our knowledge, they were compromised. If they weren't compromised, they would have been able to function. They would have been able to apply the constitution. No matter who you are, the law does not know you. Justice is justice. If you are wrong, you are wrong. If this is what the law says about me, I should face the law. If this is what the law says about you, you should face the law. No matter how rich you are, no matter how powerful you are, that is where rule of law is key in democracy. Because if there's no rule of law, that means anybody can do anything and go scot-free. That means the law is for the weak, not for the strong. So basically, what really happened in PDP is because we had leaders who were not ready to apply the law, who were not ready because of maybe they were in bed with so many people and they felt, no, if I do this, maybe what I'm getting will stop. Until before they could know what was happening, it was too late. It was too late. But you can't take it away. We've never had a worse National Working Committee than the previous one, and it's evident. Today we have a faction in PDP. We have weaker faction. We have this. We had a problem where we had a time where the 4 will suspend the other 4 or other 8, and 8 will suspend this. So that shows there was no cohesion. They were just there for themselves.
In a party that had the likes of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and unless he's changed his party affiliation, I believe he's still a PDP member. In a party that we had the likes of the former president also, Goodluck Ebene Jonathan, one would think that there would have been voices of reason, even if um, other members at that level had become swallowed up by greed. But it's just shocking for a lot of Nigerians, especially, to see the level to which the PDP has fallen. It is jaw dropping for a party that held sway from 1999 to 2000.
16, yeah.
Yes, 16 years.
years.
Right.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, you see, some of us, there are things you can say here, there are things you can't say it here. You know, because I'm still a member of PDP, I still believe in PDP. Rather, I would rather preach hope than say things that I know will not bring cohesion into the PDP. But however, we must also face the facts. We must also say the facts. Yes, we had people who could call them to order. But the issue is, were they listening? Were they even given a room to say, to come in and contribute? Or if let's assume they were given that opportunity to advise, when they advise, did they hearken to the advices? So basically, no. You can't tell me that while Goodluck Jonathan is still a Nigerian, is still a member of PDP. As for Olusegun Obasanjo, I can't say, because towards 2015, he tore his membership card. I don't know if he has been able to reach, since then he received the membership card back, or he has remained a statesman that he wants to be. So I wouldn't know. But as for Goodluck Jonathan, I know he has remained a PDP member. Last year or early this year, he remained PDP, and he will die as a PDP. So I believe he might have said he might have advised them. But for the fact that maybe he doesn't have the money to give them, for the fact that
A former president?
yes,
Accused of all sorts of corrupt
he has
practices.
never been accused. His ministers were accused. Maybe you can correct me.
Well, it was his administration, and the buck stopped at his table.
I know,
right?
very well. But everybody knows very well that the kind of money some ministers in this government are spending, Goodluck does not have that kind of money, and he has never spent such kind of money. It's a fact. You know, we're all of us are Nigerians. We know what happened in the government of Buhari. We know what is happening in the government of President Bola Tinubu. So you have just mentioned a name who is really doing wonders in PDP, making sure PDP does not really stand on its feet, declaring he is for so long as he remains alive. He supports the government of President Bola Tinubu.
So let's talk about that, even that pronouncement. Apart from the fact that the PDP as a party did not have a hand in that pronouncement and were unable to do anything about it, I'm looking at what it spells for the PDP, because, correct me if I'm wrong, this is if we do have the elections in 2027, and the permutations of many political analysts is that PDP will not have a presidential candidate. As a matter of fact, most of the bigwigs who would have wanted that seat are no longer a part of the PDP. But apart from that, there are those who have said Nyesom Wike has not made it a secret to say, look, If you want to come to the PDP to seek for other seats, you want to be governor, you want to be a councillor, you want to be, in the Senate or whatever, it's fine. But nobody is going to vie for the seat of the president. That would be, if that really happens, that would be the first time in the history of Nigeria, whether we're looking at the first, second republic, it's going to be the first time that would have a political party of the caliber of the PDP not fielding a presidential candidate. How is that playing out amongst those who are still members of the PDP as we speak?
Well, it's sad that we are in this. I'm being honest with you. Some of us who love PDP with all our hearts, who have been in PDP, it's not that we're happy with what is happening. But however, we are at a crossroad. And when you are at a crossroad, what you need to do is what do you do? We are rather focusing on providing solutions. We're rather focusing on the survival of PDP beyond time 2030, 2027, so that let's see from there we could get PDP out of the conundrum we are now. But however, to react to what you have your question, we are not happy. But what do we do? We are doing something, we're doing our best to make sure that we still sell PDP to the public. But we also want to let people know that Wiki is just an individual in PDP. There are thousands, millions of members of PDP who don't subscribe to what he said, and he has one vote. He has always said he has one vote. We're even happy in saying it so that we know where he is going. I have my vote. Yes, Wiki will not decide who I will vote. He can't decide for me to. I'm a PDP member. He's a PDP member, but he can't decide for me who to vote in 2027. And likewise, over 4 million people who have registered in PDP, he cannot decide for them. So, but for the fact that he's benefiting from the government of Asiwaju, he has every right to support Asiwaju. But for the party and for whosoever who believes in Nigeria, vote your conscience. As a PDP member, vote your conscience. As a Nigerian, you know how much you're buying fuel. Vote if you want the fuel to continue. Vote if you know how much you're buying rice. If you want to continue to, if you're happy with what you're buying rice, vote, continue to vote. If you're happy with how much transport you're entering, you are using now for your transport fare, continue to vote. So we understand him. He's enjoying government money, so he can tell you to vote for PD, vote for Asiwaju. But for me as a person, I know how much I bought fuel before coming here. I know how much I bought bread before coming. I know how much I was buying bread in 2015. I know how much I'm buying bread now. I know how much. I know how many relatives have to contribute money to pay for ransom before 20. So that is what people will vote for. It's not about. I want to encourage people. It's not about Jeshua. We're just an individual. But so long as I'm concerned, that statement he is making does not form 1% of the population of PDP. He does not share the opinion of members of PDP in Nigeria. So it's his own opinion he's saying. He's working for Asiwaju. He wants to vote for Asiwaju. He's free. I cannot stop him. And there's nothing wrong. This is democracy. You have free speech. You have every right to say, as I'm saying it here now, I know how much I'm buying rice, so I will vote for what I'm buying rice. Oh, make me. Are you getting it? So he has every right to say what he wants to say. But I want to tell the members of PDP, believe in PDP. Just like what you said, we have opportunity of fielding governorship candidate, opportunity of fielding House of Reps, opportunity of fielding House of Assembly. Wike will not come to Kaduna and contest for House of Assembly. He will not come to Kaduna and contest for the governorship. He can't come and contest for senatorial or House of Reps. So we still have, every politics is local. So I want to encourage the members of BDB to remain steadfast. There's hope. We can field candidates. But hope is not lost. We're in Supreme Court. By the time the led faction get the judgment, I'm sure you will see us with a good candidate. Those people you're mentioning, they were like me before God gave them opportunity and they become who they are, what they are today. So we can decide to come and say resign, come and contest for president, and rally around you, and you can.
Honorable, Honorable, my people say that it is half an egg that you give a child.
Yes.
When it enters the child's tummy, it will become a whole egg. From your submission just now, would you say I'm on the right path if I surmise, if I guess that what we're looking at here might be a coming together of the PDP and the ADC, as the not really coming together, but for the PDP to throw its weight behind we're looking at about 4 million plus votes. Are we going to see the PDP, a majority of the PDP saying, since we have not been able to do this for the PDP, we're going to support the ADC? Because if that happens, what then would be the ask of the PDP? Or would PDP just be doing it to spite the APC? Or would the PDP also now, would we be looking at a what's that the name of for that kind of government that we have with between Wike and Tinubu now, where opposition holds some certain positions? Well, don't give me that answer just yet. I need to go on a commercial break. When we get back, we'll get to hear from you. If you're just joining us this evening, with me in the studio is Honorable Solomon Nuhu Katuka, a seasoned politician, a member of the PDP, a businessman, and a political analyst. And we're looking at Nigeria 2027 in view. Stay with us. The program is Spot On Invicta 98.9. We'll be right back.
24 hours round the clock. We do the dropper inside Gambia. As it hot. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Ji daɗin abincin onga don babban dandano da ƙamshi.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Yanzu lokaci ne na garabasar samun nasarar Indomie. Muna ƙara cin Indomie, muna ƙara samun nasara.
Kamar yaya?
Ku tara emtin ledojin Indomie noodles guda 10 mai gram 70 ko mai gram 120 wato super pack. Ku kai su cibiyar karɓar garabasar nasarar Indomie domin samun damar cin kyautar paketin Indomie mai gram 70.
Yawancin Indomie, yawan damar cin nasara. Domin ƙarin bayani ku biyo mu a shafin Indomie Arewa Facebook ko ku tuntuɓi cibiyar garabasar mafi kusa da ku. Indomie, ingantaccen abinci.
Domin nasara.
24 hours round the clock. We do the dropper inside Gambia. As it hot. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Still on the program, Spot On with Honorable Solomon Nuhu Katuka. And we're talking about Nigeria 2027 in view. All right. Honorable, I asked you a question before we went on air. I said, they say when an elder talks to a child and gives the child like half an egg in advice, when it gets to the child's tummy, it becomes a whole egg. And I'm wondering, the whole egg in my tummy right now, from what you submitted before we went on that break, is saying to me we might be seeing disgruntled PDP members, people who are not happy with what has gone on in the PDP thus far, throw their weight behind the ADC, or any other party. Might be Accord, it might be ABGA, depending on the individual, I would like to think. But I'm asking, are my permutations right That's one. And then secondly, I'm saying that if it be so, will the PDP just sit down and allow it be? Or will there be some ask? Maybe at state level, maybe for the Senate, will the PDP be having, going to the table with the ADC to say, look, we will do this with you, but this is all what you will also do for us when the time comes? Or is it just going to be Yanda Allah Yaso?
Well, you see, you said something here. You have always mentioned yes, Wike said this, and now somebody can mention Solomon said this on Invicta. So I will want to restrict myself to that principle. Wike has said his own. I have said my own. And I'm still hopeful that PDP will field a presidential candidate. I'm still hopeful. But in case we don't succeed in fielding a presidential candidate because of what is happening, because we know what the Nigeria has become today. You can look at what has happened to ADC. That tells you the story of the Nigerian democracy. But in case we don't field candidates, I'm here. I've said something here. Nigerians will vote for who they feel is the best for them. If they want to continue with 1,300 naira fuel, they will vote for Asiwaju. If they want to continue with buying 50,000 naira bag of rice or a bag of maize that cannot buy one bag of fertilizer, we have members of PDP who are farmers. So if they want to continue that, they will vote for Asiwaju. And in the event that PDP were a family, we will PDP during PDP's era, I think we had the best of time. You know how much you were buying oil, you know how much you were buying rice, you know how much the exchange rate was, you know how much a car was. Because our programs or our policies are people-centered. We have leaders. If in the event that we don't have gubernatorial or maybe presidential candidate, we have leaders who we also listen to. I believe they know what to do. There's nothing wrong calling us and to hear from us, especially some of us who are with the grassroots. I believe they will do the needful. But I know the 4 million people, we have leaders. So I don't know, I don't think I will be more wise than the leaders we have voted for who are in court now. And in the case that we don't have any candidate, we will listen to our leaders and listen to their advice, and we'll sit down together and decide to say, okay, this is the best way for Nigeria, because Nigeria is our home, and so and the citizens are our people. So whatever we feel is the best for the citizens is what we're going to do. We're also going to advise them, okay, this is what is best for you. Look at this. Which one is the best way forward? Okay, we have gubernatorial, we have reps, we have senators, we have this, we don't have this. So what do we do as a family? Okay, we can come down and we'll have a proper discussion, highlighting the disadvantages and the advantages of both sides. And I know what you've been talking about, merger, going into merger, or you go to UK or anywhere, you see this
different party members working together in one government.
Okay, you will win,
right.
We'll give you this, we'll give you that. So I believe our leaders should be able to know what to do. I'm not the national chairman, I'm not the board of trustees, I'm not everything. But if they feel Solomon can as well advise that time, if they call me, I'll also give them my own advice. But I know we have good leaders who can really think well for us as people.
Just looking forward and thinking about, say, for instance, a person who still contests under the PDP and wins maybe a governorship seat in a state. Because the APC holds such sway, one might begin to kind of calculate the how the State House of Assembly of such a governor will be constituted. He might win, but the members of his State House, how are they going to be constituted? Are we going to have more of PDP or the APC or other parties too? Because the case of Fubara and the drama that happened before the governor himself, Similaye, found it necessary to dump the PDP and align with the center. That's another new phrase
Yes,
that I have
aligning with
learned.
the center.
Aligning with the center in recent times, where Fubara was practically forced to align with the center because even members of his own party were being used against him. So if that could happen under influence, one can only imagine if the majority of your state house is made up of opposition members. Can such a governor get anything done, really?
Well, as a student of history and politics, let me just remind you, our neighbor said Plateau State. He wants a governor with, he did not have the numbers. The same thing in Bauchi. They never had the numbers, but they were able to govern very well. And let me also tell you here, on the day of the election, the election of a governor is the same day with the houses of the state house, state house assembly. So I can assure you, in most of these cases, any party that wants the governor sometimes have the majority of the state assembly. And in the case of Fubara, it was a case between him and Wike. Wike brought the House of Assembly
Honorable,
members.
sorry to jump in,
Yes.
but you do know that states like Bauchi and Plateau State,
Yes.
with all due respect, when we're talking about elections and politically,
Yes.
they are not particularly states that you want to worry about. When we're looking at states that could sway the vote, we're looking at states like Kano, we're looking at Port Harcourt, River State, we're looking at Lagos. Those two maybe for the finances that might be able to help during the elections, but when we look at the population, a lot of the states that the people are usually concerned about are north of the Niger. So I don't know, maybe that's why the likes of Plateau and Bauchi were able to find a way to govern without much rancor. But when you look at places like Lagos, you look at places like River State, you see that it was necessary for them to have control of such states. So I'm just wondering, really, I mean, these are hypothetical scenarios that I'm playing out, but I'm just wondering, looking into the future, someone who vies for the seat of governorship, the governorship seat under the PDP, will that person have an easy time governing their state, especially seeing as how the ruling party will most likely have the State House of Assembly, well, depending on the state, really. But would that individual have an easy ride?
Well, you just brought another dimension into it about the issues of maybe the number of voter register and so on and so on. But let me shock you. In 2023 elections, Plateau's gave Obi, I think, barely 900,000 votes. Tinubu won Rivers with 200 and something thousand votes. If you add the votes of Rivers, both APC and PDP was not up to 500,000 votes. I think you can fact check it if I'm not mistaken. But if you have the vote good Peter Obi got in Plateau was more than the votes both Atiku and any other person got in Rivers State. So Plateau is not just a state
you cannot just
yes.
okay.
So it's about mobilization. Are you getting it? So they were able to mobilize for Peter Obi, and he got a good number, a good chunk of votes. I think.
But Plateau too has aligned with the center, hasn't
yes,
it?
It has aligned with the center. It's about the people. It's not about people who are who are in power. He was not in the center when he won the elections. So his people can as well also not be in the center and win the election. So everything has happened there in Plateau. And let me also correct myself. The Plateau's case was because appeal court nullified most of the elections. So that was how PDP lost the majority in Plateau State. That was what happened. So, but however, yes, Kano, Lagos, I think Kaduna.
Yes.
These are states that can change the results of elections any day, any time. We always say, yeah, we put in Rivers because Rivers has a good number of votes. But when it comes to the reality of the votes, you find, because I think Atiku got almost 800,000 votes here, and Tinubu got 600,000. So we have about a difference of almost 200,000 votes. We have total votes about almost 1 point something million. Peter Peter Obi got votes. We had a vote about almost merely because Atiku came second, I think so. No, he came first, then Peter Obi, and then Tinubu. You know, so Kaduna has a very good chunk of votes. It is necessary if you want to win. You need Kaduna, you need Kano, you need Lagos, you need Rivers, as we even said. But until 2023 elections, with so many things change because of mobilization was different. Most of the areas where tribes are there, they came out and vote this time. And some of them, most of these elites don't vote, maybe because of Peter Obi. Look at the way they came out and vote. So many things has changed. Are you getting the awareness has improved? People that don't normally come out to election, they came out and vote. So we pray that there won't be voter apathy this time around. People should feel free to come out and vote. I believe, I'm hoping, by the grace of God, their votes will count. But this issue of aligning to the center, it's just an excuse people use to decamp or do this or that. But I can assure you, the vote of 2027, election of 2027 is APC versus Nigerians. APC versus what they've been able to do to Nigerians. You are a Nigerian, you are an individual. You are a Nigerian, you are a worker. You know how much your salary can buy for you. You know how much your salary used to buy for you 2015, 2018, 2019, and you know how much it can buy. So you take your decision based on that, not because your governor has decamped to APC. You take a decision based on that, not because your House of Rep member or your senator has decamped to PDP. It's basically what they've been able to do. And if we do that, then our democracy will be better for us. Because if you know that today, if you're elected, you will be voted, people will vote for you based on your performance, not based on godfatherism, not based on manipulations, not based on this. I'm telling you, we have a better country than what we have today.
Before I open up the phone lines, there was where we started from. I want to revert there, where we started with INEC, their pronouncements about the leadership of the ADC and what the ADC has said. I'd like to get your take on what look you think INEC has right now in the eyes of the common man or even a political analysts like you. Do you think that INEC is compromised already, or do you think that they actually have a point? Having listened to both sides, that the former the deputy chair had actually resigned, they had received his resignation, but later on he goes back to court to say this. Do you think that the argument of INEC holds water in this particular instance?
Well, I think the last time I was here, that was 24 February. I said this here. I said people have lost confidence in INEC because INEC did some things that time that make me say what I said that time. And
so this is even beyond the leadership of INEC. We're talking about the institution now.
You see, in democracy, there's what we call there's what you call attributes of a weak democracy. Threats of weak democracy. Weak institution is one of it. Weak institution is one of it. Lack of independence is one of it. And that is just what is playing out in our democracy. Our democracy is weak because we have weak institution. We don't have independent institutions. Now, to the best of my knowledge, I know I am not a lawyer, but I know when they say status quo leading, or what did they say? That means go back to where it was before. And as where it was before, David Mark and Adebija was the chairman and the secretary respectively. So I expected that if you want to go back to the status quo, I think there's no need you dropping saying you're not going to align yourself with anybody. So it's a clear indication that INEC is compromised. I can say this time, I can say this anywhere, anytime.
The INEC is
because
compromised.
ADC raised those alarm. They've raised the first alarm and the second alarm. And lo and behold, what they said came to pass. So what is happening? If the case is before the court and they say maintain status quo, and as the status quo, he resigned, he was seen in the meetings, his decision is there, and they need a NEC, and the NEC approve the election or appointment of David Mark and Adebija. I'm not an ADC member, but we're just discussing it.
Yes, we're looking at
we're looking at it
politics,
critically.
yes.
So if at that time he said he resigned, he said he is not the one that is what he is claiming now. That's why he has gone to court. So when he went to court, was he the deputy chairman? The NEC had been convened, and that was where the chairman stepped aside, and David Mark was appointed, and Adebija was appointed too. So if you want to maintain the status, the status quo, normally it should be David Mark and Adebija. So this is a clear interference. It's a clear interference.
What if he was coerced? And this I'm just saying, just to play devil's advocate. What if Nafiu was coerced in one way or the other and had his voice muted until he was able to get himself to court? No one has really interrogated his own argument. We're just believing that, the government maybe has a hand and INEC has been compromised. But what if, just what if, I'm asking, what if he was coerced, do you think
if
that
he was coerced to resign?
Yes.
How will you be coerced to resign when you read your resignation, when you were part of the meetings, according to records of
we've heard where letters are typed and then you are just asked to append your signature.
I know. I also know that. But I want to let me be honest with you. I heard the former chairman say something that he knows Nafiu very well. Nafiu couldn't afford some few things, but because they want to use him, he was lodged in one of the best hotels. He was given the protection that he was not having. So let's be honest to ourselves, without the government maybe interested in the issue, would he have that kind of things he's enjoying? Attached with police, attached with this, attached with that. So however he is a Nigerian, government need to protect him. Nobody will take that away from him.
Right.
But however, they say something cry in the night and the child died in the morning.
Which cries in the night
and the child
dies
so
in the
what
morning.
do you say? Who are you getting it? So it's unfortunate, honestly. I don't really want to talk much about this issue of EDC because I'm not a member of EDC.
Right.
But I'm concerned about it because I'm a Nigerian. I'm a politician.
So it actually goes beyond the ADC.
Yes,
if we're looking at the politics of 2027,
yes.
like everyone has been saying, there's really no party, whether you're talking about the ADC, the LP, Accord, ABGA, there are issues in all of the parties concerned. I think minus the SDP, once all the juggernauts
SDP had to go to the Supreme Court.
That was when, we thought he was going to...
Yes,
that the SDP was
going to
right.
Supreme Court before they ruled that the other guy, what is his name now, the president chairman, is national chairman. You see, let me tell you, you are as good as your last behavior. You are as good as your last performance. I've always told people, when Asiwaju came into power, I said, let's look at the trajectory of Asiwaju in Lagos. How many deputy governors did he have in Lagos? Is he really a Democrat? What is democracy? Democracy is is a system built on people deciding who will rule them. That is no more, no less. So, and this has to do with free and fair elections, free media, human rights, multi-party system, free to choose who you want to rule you. Did we have that in Lagos?
So, but these are things, Honorable, that are not new to people. What you're saying today is not new. But even with these arguments, these people who make up the bulk of the ADC today were those who said, vote for him, regardless of what other dissenting voices like yours, maybe at that time, had said. They said, vote for him, he is the man to vote for. Which is why a lot of Nigerians, I'll be opening up the phone lines in a short while, are wondering if all of this drama is actually in the interest of the average Nigerian, because that is the thrust of everyone's thoughts. it is only the average Nigerian that is going through, the mess that most of us are going through today. So the drama that we're seeing today, is it about us, or is it about the facts that I am not the one that is there? Because most of those who are there today formed the ladder, if you would permit me to use that word, the ladder through which the present leadership of Nigeria, in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, got there. They were the ones, if we're looking at the likes of, whether it be the likes of Malam Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai, the former governor.
If you take out Nasser El-Rufai, you can't tell me, there can't be any other prominent person who was pro.
No, if we're going to look at it,
yes,
from the time APC took power in 2015,
yes,
then there's no way you can divorce the likes of even Atiku Abubakar or Rotimi Amechi.
Atiku rooted for Buhari.
It was for the APC to come in.
Yes, APC,
at that time.
And he later came back to PDP and contested election twice against Buhari. So if against Buhari and Tinubu, so maybe by that he has watched himself. Because he has contested, maybe, for the fact he contested election against them means he has seen that something was wrong with them. But I think one of the best person who fit your description is Nasser El-Rufai. And thank God today. Well, I don't want to thank God. Well, it's unfortunate what is happening to him.
Let's finally, before I open up the phone lines, just your quick thoughts. We have to go on a commercial break. Let's go on that commercial break. And when I get back, we'll just ask you this, and then we'll have the lines open. Stay with us. With us in the studio, Honorable Solomon Nuhu KATUKA, and you're listening to Spot On Invicta FM. We'll be right back.
24 hours around the clock. We gonna drop her inside Gambia. As it hot. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Jama'a alaikum. Ni ne Aminu Sharif Momo, wanda kuka sani daga cikin fina-finan Hausa. Zan yi magana a matsayin uba, ba jarumi ba. Kun taba ganin inda uwa take kokarin shayar da jaririnta? Wani dan nata kuma yana kokarin a canja masa kunzugu, ko kuma wata yar tata tana kokarin a zuba mata abinci a farantinta yayin da ta ci nata ya kare. Wannan ba abin kwanciyar hankali bane a gurin kowace uwa. Amma idan akwai tazarar haihuwa, komai zai iya zuwa cikin sauki da kuma kyautatawa. A yayin da wannan uwa kan iya shayar da wannan jariri, sannan kuma ta sa wannan yar tata wadda take neman karin abinci ta canja ma dan uwanta kunzugu da yake bukata yayin da yi kashi ko fitsari.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa.
Wannan sako ne daga kungiya mai zaman kanta, Consortium ACS Luke Pamic, da haɗin gwiwar ma'aikatar kiwon lafiya.
Ready to run your money better? Download Bill Station now. iOS or Android Play Store, just search Bill Station. Or go straight online at billstation.com. Bill Station, no stress, just control.
Da abin da kuke yi muna ganin ƙoƙarinku, cikin iyali kuna nuna so muna jin daɗin hakan. Power oil muna nan da ku mun tsaftace dukkanin ɗigo akan 200 naira mu haɗu mu yaɗa soyayya. A duk sanda ka yarda da mu a gurin yi muna ganin ku, shi ne sa muka yi na 200 sashe sai da ku. Kuna dalilin wannan tsari mai sauki, ku more wannan sashes akan 200 naira. Za ku samu Power Oil Mini Pack sachet akan 200 naira.
Power Oil, Power Oil.
Yanzu lokaci ne na garabasar samun nasarar Indomie. Muna ƙara cin Indomie, muna ƙara samun nasara.
Kamar yaya?
Ku tara emtin ledojin Indomie noodles guda 10 mai gram 70 ko mai gram 120 wato super pack. Ku kai su cibiyar karɓar garabasar nasarar Indomie domin samun damar cin kyautar paketin Indomie mai gram 70.
Yawancin Indomie, yawan damar cin nasara. Domin ƙarin bayani ku biyo mu a shafin Indomie Arewa Facebook ko ku tuntuɓi cibiyar garabasar mafi kusa da ku. Indomie, ingantaccen abinci.
Domin nasara.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up? That's it with kids, so.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
24 hours round the clock. We go the dropper inside Gambia. As it hot. Invicta 98.9 FM.
All right, welcome back. Time for us to start to take your calls this evening. With me in the studio, Honorable Solomon Nuhu KATUKA. We've been trying to analyze, because I mean all we can do is try to get into the minds of our political juggernauts. He's a seasoned politician and also a political analyst, so I hope that we've been able to do justice, even though I still have one more question. Can we ever have an independent INEC is the question I wanted to ask you. But before you answer that, let's go to the phone lines, and the numbers to call are 081 40,000 989 and 070 87 800 989. Once again, that's 081 40,000 989 and 070 87 800 989. Let's go take your calls now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome. Please introduce yourself and go ahead.
I'm Dr. Danjuma.
Dr. Danjuma, go ahead, please.
I'm never a politician.
All right.
But I
You're too
have
close to your radio, sir.
For PDP.
Yes, sir.
PDP was once a very good farmer. For 6 years, he was in the farm. Then, after harvesting, he started dashing out his grains instead of selling his grains. Then, for 10 years, the grains got missing.
Sir, you're too close to your radio. Please move away from your radio. Move away from your radio, sir.
Okay. I would advise them now that they should forget about having hands on ADC. They should carry their hose, political hose now, and go back to the classroom. Right again, and they move to the farm. ADC is a matter of bygone and bygone.
ADC? You said ADC? Okay, Dr. Danjuma, I didn't get that last part where you were saying it's bygone. I wish I got that. Is it the APC you were talking about or the ADC?
APC.
You know, they all sound alike. All right. Still taking your calls this evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Jacquelyne.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Jacquelyne, just go and relax. 2027. Koneman die, Koneman they bury him. And they always tell you people this thing. So all their plans will not work. We are just waiting for time. So that's all. Thank you.
Wow. When a woman calls her, she's just very to the point, very... You didn't introduce yourself, though, but thank you for weighing in. Women hardly call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead, please.
I say good evening to you again.
All right, go ahead. He can hear you.
Good evening.
My name is Mike Baba Chori.
Okay.
Honestly, whenever I hear Solomon speak, my body trembles because I cherish his charisma. If somebody heard somebody that his fellow members gang up against him. But PDP is one problem it has. We have some few traitors among us. I'm a state member of PDP. We learn to screen out these type of people. It will help us. It will ginger PDP to work stronger.
Okay.
The APC had the slogan of my Sugudu Sugudu. And I think some of them are doing the good now. So, this, how I wish PDP put his house in order. And people like Solomon, I believe, God's time is the best. And when the time comes, they will reap. You cannot harvest without planting. Thank you. Have a nice day.
And thank you too for your call this evening, for weighing in on this matter. Still taking your calls this evening. I'll keep taking those calls. Sorry, I see some of them canceling themselves off. Trying to pick as many as I can. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Jacquelyne. Good evening, ma.
You're welcome. Please introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Yes, your brother Shamang the call. Honestly speaking, the man seated there is a man I respect very so much. He's a very humble and very committed man to the party PDP. As he said, if you slice his blood, you'll see PDP blood in it. Likewise me. I will remain in PDP. I think I will be the last man standing in PDP. I will never leave PDP because PDP made me what I am today. I'm proud of PDP. So coming to think of alliance, ADC coming up, I beg of PDP, if we know that we're not going to make in 2027, let us amalgamate with ADC to edge these people out of governance. Because what APC have done to Nigerians is the destruction that Nigerians will never forget. Nobody will forget what APC have done to Nigerians. Fuel today is 1,380 naira in filling station. And we call these people a government that comes to rescue Nigeria? No, they are not up for Nigerians. They are only there for themselves, and God in heaven will show them his might. And the way out will show to them come to in someone. Good evening.
All right, good evening, Shamang, and thank you for calling. Still taking your calls this evening. The numbers remain the same. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead, please.
Well done for a good job being done there.
Thank you, sir.
I listen to your guest, but let me just say a few things. The problem of PDP is not weakening.
Okay.
It's the hatred of the Northern Allies against Goodluck Jonathan, second term B. They deserted him, and ever since then, PDP has been in shambles. Secondly, the Atiku ambition killed PDP. The Northern elders, or anytime Southern time, power, they create problems. That is why we have banditry, Boko Haram, because they don't want good luck. So the thing is, let's sit down, think of what to do, and forget about 2027. They should put their house is already bad. They should try and rebuild for the future, not 2027. The way they are, they can never get anything in presidency. So they should just, and your guest is saying that fuel is at 1,450. Look, let us not deceive Nigeria. We all know the war that's going on between Iran, Israel, and America is leading for fuel increase. Nobody will be president today that will not have the same issue. So let us not be deceiving Nigeria. Let us always be honest when we are talking. Even the Americans, the advanced countries, they are feeling the heat. Their prices too are going up. So why do we always issue where issue is non-available? Let's focus the problem. Our problem is that institutions are not strong, agreed. INEC is compromising, agreed. But the Northerners have been in power for how many years? They cause it. If the Northerners have been in power and they have made the institution to be strong, we will not be where we are today. Nigeria government have ruled 50 years, Nigeria has taken 40 to 45. So what did they put in place? So let us read. We are reading Nigeria. Let's redesign Nigeria in a way to work. But if you keep saying weekend is not the problem. The problem started when the Northerners started Goodluck Jonathan. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Another perspective there. But just quickly, before I allow our guest to answer, it's also interesting that you kind of limited the problem with insecurity to recent times. We've had problems with insecurity for over a decade now, as a matter of fact, beyond Jonathan. So would we say that during the time of our short-lived president, but of blessed memory, Umaru Yar'Adua, that when we had the Niger Delta militants, it was because the Southerners did not want a northern president? just a question. It is good that when we start to look at these pictures, that we look at them holistically. But we'll be hearing from Honorable very soon. Still taking, let's take one or two more calls and then I'll come back to him. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I'm Daniel out. I'm talking from Awam, Nigeria.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Yes, on this discussion with your guest, he's talking well, but the problem we have presently is Atiku. Atiku is our problem. And
Why?
any calculation they are doing now that they don't involve the South as ADC is concerned, is it ADC is concerned, they will not get it right. Atiku has been struggling
Hello?
since 2015. What is he looking for again? Why not he be an elder statesman and give a candidate, let people support the candidate?
Okay.
They are rather always coming from every zone to say you want to contest.
But how do we know, sir? Nobody has named Atiku as the presidential flag bearer of the ADC.
Even the previous, the PDP that died today is he caused this.
How so, sir?
PDP going to where they are today, he came out in 2023 to call for presidential election, which you know he cannot get it.
So how did he cause the downfall of the PDP?
Yes, after where is he today? He has left PDP for ADC.
But everybody crosses the carpet, sir. I mean, unfortunately, that I would have wanted to have. That's an interesting discussion. I would have wanted to continue it with you, sir, but I think you ran out of time. But I'm just wondering how he did that. He contested. He didn't win. He did not like it. He crossed over. It's the same thing that Peter Obi has done. He went to the LP. They were giving him problems. He's crossed over to the ADC. In Nigeria, crossing the carpet is not a new thing. We'll take one more call and then I'll come back to Honorable. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Yes, go ahead, please. Introduce yourself.
My name is Yakubu from All Kamazo.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, ma. I just want to continue from the last speaker.
Okay.
PDP, it is unfortunate that PDP found itself in this situation. But I would like to have correction from what you have said earlier, because I've been following you. You say PDP looted Nigeria money. That was why people get fed with PDP and they vote PDP out.
Okay, just quickly, I didn't say looted. I said they had allegations of corruption against them. Yes.
Now, PDP was not voted out because of corruption or incapacity. But PDP was voted out because of what somebody said, that the northern elite, that they stood up and they gang against Goodluck, Jonathan. And that was why they now
But there was an agreement, sir, was there not? I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. There was an agreement, right?
There are some things that we don't see.
Okay. Unfortunately, that call got cut off. But Honorable, let me come back to you. We're running out of time. Let me come back to you. You've heard some of the callers. Just to chip into, I don't know what your submission will be, but as a layperson, I'm just asking, concerning Goodluck Jonathan, because now we have two people who are saying, oh, there was some northern elite conspiracy. So the question is, was there not an agreement? Because, and it's instructive that we get to know, how this works. Because there are those who are also saying that because all of this now is hypothetical until after each Congress, everyone has had their Congresses, we have flag bearers clear as day, we can only bring out hypothetical situations. If Peter Obi is handed the presidential, to be the flag bearer of, or should I say the presidential aspirant for ADC, will he be open to the 8 years that if he does well, will be allocated to him, or will we be seeing a situation of, the present president in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has had 4 years, and so for the south of Nigeria, only 4 more years to go. So Peter Obi can only go for one term before the rotation comes back to the north. I've never loved this thing about rotation because I think it just brings us down, boils it down to a very mundane level. But this is what we have. So educate us, honorable.
Well, you see, let me be honest with you. Scholars will always tell you every politics is local. And the locality where I mean here is Nigeria. I mean Nigeria, we have our local politics here. We're made up of so many ethnic groups, so many interest groups, and you can't take that away from Nigerian society. If you understand that we have the Igbos, who are predominantly in the southeast, we have the south, we have the southwest, we have the northern, we have the middle belt, and so on and so forth. So I think this inclusion concept issue is always an issue in our democracy. That is why you could see today we have Federal Character Commission just to cure some of these things people believe. These people tend to dominate, and so on and so forth. So maybe our forefathers thought of it, and going by the wars we had, the Biafra war, so many things like that, there was this lack of trust amongst our ethnic groups, and so on and so forth. So they felt, okay, there's a need for us to do this. Maybe if the powers go to this side, it should also go. And this Nigerian culture of nepotism, whether you take it, you can't take that away from Nigerians. If not my own, if today I don't know your tribe, if you are Igbo, you will want to see your
I'm
Igbo.
one of those who wonder why we always talk about Wazobia, because really,
when we don't practice
we find ourselves, people
not really.
from Kogi State, where I'm from, wonder about where our place is in all of this. We're lost.
That's true. That's true. That's the ethnic minorities. So you see, that is the problem we're having in Nigeria. That issue of ethnic nationality, this issue of this and that and that. So, however, let me attempt to answer your question, because I'm not Peter Obi, I'm not Atiku, I'm not Goodluck, I'm not Yaradua or Buhari of blessed memory. You see, Peter Obi is a Nigerian. He has every right to contest. The Constitution of Nigeria is superior to any other law in Nigeria. So if the Constitution gives you the right to contest 2 times, you have every right to do that. But if Peter Obi today chooses to say, okay, for the sake of what we have agreed, not written, but I have integrity, I want to go with that, I will do 4 years, which I have had him say so. I think so. I will do 4 years. Maybe yes, I've had people say so. I've not had him.
I was just about to say I haven't heard him say that.
It may be because Chairman Adebija said if you show people something again and again, they begin to behave like that.
To believe.
So they have had more of it, and I'm beginning to believe that it's Peter Obi that said it. So I have had people said he has said he's going to serve for 4-year time, and then returning to the north, and the north could continue from where. Because what is the basic today? What is the bent of the issues today we have in Nigeria? People are still standing for Tinubu, not because maybe he has performed well, but because the South should go for ADs. So when I heard the argument, I cry for Nigeria.
Exactly.
I weep for Nigeria. Instead of, at this point in time, we should be thinking of how best has this person done to us? How best has this person changed Nigeria? How best has this person been able to change the narrative of governance, affects your life, rather than sticking to one mundane, archaic thinking of this my side and that my side. So that is basically what is happening today in Nigeria. People tend to even promote their section than even the constitution, then even they are more of a tribe than in Nigeria. You know, so that is one of the basic bent. That's one of the basic problem we're having in our democracy today in Nigeria. I think I don't want to speak for as for the issue of maybe can I attempt to go through those questions they raise, or maybe you are the moderator, you should guide me. You are the
no, please answer the questions.
Yes, you know. So let me. I agree with the submission of Dr. Danjuma, who said we need to go back to the
basics.
Yes,
back to the drawing
and
board.
that is what I've said here. The most important things I'm foreseeing PDB post beyond 2027. That is where I am. That's why I said there's hope. We are living in hope. I know hope. And I hope they help common man, even though we don't die for Nigeria, hoping that something will be better tomorrow. That's why we are even to live. We are living in this Tinubu government, because all of us don't quite.
It's interesting that his slogan is renewed hope.
That is renewing disaster.
I mean, there's we cannot honorable
positives. Yeah, there are so many positives. That's what you want to tell me. That's to tell you, for me to even know what you want to tell me, I know it.
No, but a government cannot be completely wrong, and they cannot be 100% right.
But there are basics. There are key basics.
No, but you understand too, honorable, that when we're talking about discontent, the discontent of Nigerians started right from the time of Jonathan, and accelerated.
And where are we today?
Accelerated after the first 4 years of our late President Buhari.
Yes.
And yet, you see, these are the mundane things. This rotational leadership thing,
where we
I don't know if it has served us well. I don't think so.
It has not. It has not. It has not.
Go ahead.
You know, so that is the issue. You know, I like that woman. She just called and said, they will see it. And that has just confirmed what I've said here. Election of 2027 is between Nigerians and APC. Anybody who wants to continue buying fuel, I heard what that man said about something about this and this and that. Anybody who wants to be buying rice, who want to be buying this at that rate, we will see. That's why I said election of 2027 is Nigerians versus the performance of APC. I don't even want to say it Tinubu, because APC is APC. APC under Buhari and APC 4 years of Tinubu. So APC has ruled for 12 years. They promised, when they came in, they promised change for 8 years. We changed from bad to worse. They came with hope.
No, you cannot say that, honorable.
Okay.
Be fair. You're
here
as a political analyst.
I want to be fair. Okay, let me be fair to them. Let me be fair to them. Yes.
Right.
Let me analyze to them.
Yes.
We had only we had insurgency in the north, in the northeast. Today they've given birth to so many other source of insecurity. Yes, so I think you can confirm that one.
Yes.
We have Lakurawa now, we have Boko Haram.
There's that.
We have Iswa,
but we also know that
things,
when subsidy was removed, I'm just saying, as an analyst,
let me be honest with you. When subsidy was removed,
yes, it was
during
given
Jonathan.
to the governors.
When subsidy was removed during Jonathan?
Yes.
Did we could trace where those monies?
Jonathan did not remove subsidy completely. He removed some.
Yes.
And then said Sure P.
Sure P.
Right.
So you couldn't trace Sure P to so many things in the hospitals, the roads, and so many things like that.
Because the money was coming from the center. But in this case, this present administration...
Is she coming from the center?
To the governors.
Yes,
our governors have more money.
And they have 31 governors today, 32 governors today. So it's APC.
Bottom line is the monies reside with the governors.
Yes, and they are aware from which political party?
Well, that's up for also debate, because some of them just joined in this.
Who are they today?
They aligned with the
party
center.
Are they today?
They're with the APC, but at what point did they join? Many of them are doing that for survival, for themselves.
How will a governor think of doing this for survival? A governor? No, they are doing it for second time.
It's still survival.
So that is still survival. So you see, I like that. That's why I like that what the woman said. No long talk. 2027, we are here. We will die here. Are you getting it? Then talk about the other person. I think Mike is somebody I know very well. I want to appreciate almost everybody who called and appreciated me, spoke about how good I am. I appreciate the compliment, and I'm saying thank you to all of them. And let's talk about the other man that said, Shamang also, yes, strong, is a strong member of PDP. That tells you that what I have said here, people are echoing it. He is PDP for life.
So, Honorable, just so that we don't argue, but
yes,
you know, when you say Shamak said, you know, the PDP did not, there was no corruption. You know, it almost seems like the PDP was angelic. But I mean, we still have the likes
was
of
this someone
Alison.
that says so?
Well, I'm just paraphrasing.
Yes.
That the impression we get is that the PDP was angelic. Nobody throws away honey. There were problems. We still have the likes of Alison Madueke to tell us that there were problems in that government.
Yes.
And there seemed to be weak leadership. That's why Nigerians spoke with one voice. Of course, I know that there were problems when Nigerians wanted to speak with one voice once again after the 4 years.
Was it a mistake, or was it the best thing we did in 2015? Going by what is happening today.
As far as I am concerned,
was it a good decision?
As a lay person,
yes,
I feel that Nigerians were discontent and they spoke, which is a good thing.
The
problem, I think, came in 2019.
Yes.
When once again Nigerians were, look, these 4 years, we're not satisfied. Let's change it. But I think the North frittered away the goodwill at that point. And that is why we're now beginning to hear conversations like oh, you know, when it's someone from another place, the North now starts
I want to disagree with him a bit. Let me be honest with you. Buhari was a northerner. And there was insecurity. Are you getting it? And people showed they were not happy with Buhari. Yes, at the election time, they voted Buhari. And I have said it here. In 2019, the court has spoken. I wouldn't want to argue with the court. But everybody knows very well what happened in the election. So people spoke, but because of the weak institutions we had, and because of so many things that happened, they allowed the court, in their best wisdom, affirm the elections, affirm the certificates, affirm so many things. We have so many authorities today. You can even contest election now without certificate. You know, so that's to tell you what court were able to do that time. But I don't want to. That's not a topic for discussion here. That is it. You know, so I'm aware of all those things that happened during Buhari and so on and so forth. But let me also say something here. A poller said Atiku is to be blamed. I believe you know that very well. They said about two people said that.
Yes.
Yeah. Atiku is to be blamed for
We're running out of time though. So
okay. Yeah. Atiku need to be blamed and so on and so forth. Whereas he has his own right to say so. He feels there was this principle of zoning. Atiku shouldn't have contest. Oh no, this narrative that because it was Goodluck, so the elites of the North, I'm not holding brief for them, gang up against Jonathan because he doesn't want to do it. Agreement is agreement. If they agree that this is what you should do, it's only noble that you do it. I was not in the meetings. If they agree with Jonathan that you should rule for 4 years and he got 6 years, it was only noble for him to just go. But however, it is his own right. Constitution of Nigeria supersedes any other agreement, any other thing. So he exercised his right to contest for the second time, which did not really materialize, and we are where we are today. And concerning Atiku has the right to contest. I'm not in the same party with Atiku, and I'm not holding brief. I don't need a spokesman for Atiku. Atiku has his right to contest. No, he has the right to contest, and he has the right to contest. So I will not dabble into those issues. As per the issue between me and Wike is still a PDP. I'm still a PDP. Wike has told me he will not support. He will support Asiwaju while he is in PDP. Actions of Wike contradict the constitution, which I have agreed and which he has agreed. So I can speak against Wike because Wike is doing something that is affecting me as a party member, not Atiku. So me today, I'm still saying it here. I'm not happy with what Wike is doing. And you have had somebody said here, out of the 4 million, he may be one of the 4 million people that have registered for PDP. And they've said, if today nothing happens, PDP should align. That is his opinion. So if you call all of them today, they will also tell you their opinions. No, we should align with ADC, we should align with this. But as for Solomon
in 30
KATUKA,
seconds,
yes,
Honorable, can
yes,
we have an independent INEC? If we are all saying that INEC has been compromised, as is right now because of what is going on, we've always had this complaint, even before Joash Ankpitan became the chairman. Professor Mahmoud
Professor
was
Jega.
accused of being compromised, and even Jega before him. So, at what point will Nigerians be satisfied with the person that heads?
I don't think there can be any point Nigeria will be satisfied. You know why? Because of the process.
So
appointing an INEC chairman.
So do we elect?
I think we need to change what we are doing. What we have now is not working well.
So how do
we need to change it.
I wish I could
honestly we have to change
I could engage you more on that. How do we change it? I would have pressed you to get to that point, because I mean, apart from appointment, the next thing we're talking about is election.
Yes,
that's the only way. We're talking about electing the INEC chairman, and we all know that even elected officials can be compromised. So at what point? Well, we look forward to a day when we saw where Trump, the elected Supreme Court judges that Trump had appointed himself, ruled against
that
him.
Is
right.
Principle.
So that is where I believe we should be going. Here is hoping that we'll have that day. Honorable Solomon KATUKA, it was really interesting talking to you. Thank you so
Thank you very much
for coming here this evening.
Thank you
and the conversation continues. Stay with Invicta, remain victorious. Understand that Nigeria belongs to you and I. And indeed, we must hold firm to this country and make it great again. Have a great evening, and in advance, we look forward to the festivities in the coming weekend.
Omo bills dey choke. No wahala. With Bill Station, you pay sharp sharp. Light, data, transfer, one app, no stress, fast, secure, anytime. Bill Station, where your money dey work.